Hello, welcome back to Alephant. Last episode we got really stuck, and by really stuck I mean actually really stuck. I think we spent like half that episode trying to solve one level, and I have not gotten anywhere with it. I haven't even tried coming back to it, so yeah, we might have a problem with this one. I'm gonna look at it again and see if I see anything else, but I really don't think I would see anything else. See, the goal is to end up in this spot here, where this vowel is. But unfortunately, I don't see how we could get that to happen. It's almost like I need to stand here and push it down. So I either push down by doing this. That gets, a teleportation glyph to the right spot. Or I do something else. There might have been things I've missed, right? Like, just straight up missed because I didn't realize they were possible. I don't see how though. If I went in, am I just stuck in this area forever? I think the answer is yes. Unless I can somehow face upwards. So this gets me to face upwards, but that's because I just undid. But that wouldn't change anything, so no. Now really, I think the solution has to be related to having glyphs in these two positions to block, right? But, sorry. If I did get something like that to actually work out, the one thing I could have done, or the one thing that I did do, was something like this. This is as close as I've gotten to getting something out successfully. But that will fail, and you can see why. If I point upwards, this does get stuck and allows me to get back. However, I simply cannot stand here because I get teleported to the next glyph. And that's very annoying to me. There must be a way to be able to block myself here without there being a glyph here. But I don't know how to do that. And so that's what I've been stuck on for like forever. I'm thinking if pushing up did something special, what could it do that was special, you know? But I don't see anything that useful here. And I think that I almost got to work was an upward pointing. So I got something like this to sort of work out slightly. This sort of thing also worked. But I could only really get one thing out. That one thing did help to block, but it didn't change anything. So we have multiple solutions to get this to sort of work out for us. This maybe feels okay as long as we get the other one out. I'm not sure how that would help though. Because yeah, I don't see how that would help. I don't know if I can try a glyph that faces in any other directions though. Like, would an upward facing technically work out? Hold on. Can I get this to be pointing here? Maybe that's useful. That's useful as something I haven't tried yet, but it's also something that isn't really plausible. Because I still need to enter this spot, and doing that would immediately connect to this. So it doesn't seem very helpful at all. I was thinking if I could get this to connect down here, maybe I could get some interesting things going on. Not really, not really. If I wanted something to be facing up here, even then, how could that help? Again, yeah, I'm just getting very stuck here. I suppose some diagonals could be useful. Not really though. I'm also wondering if this maybe is something that isn't that stuck. Maybe the goal isn't to get this down by one. How though? I could not get this out in any way. Just not possible unless I teleport it there, which does require a portal spot here. But I can't do that. Just not doable. If I could block this... I could block this and get this thing out. That'd be very helpful. So what I almost wish I could do here is... Oh, what if I got a down diagonal? Which I can get. Ah, no. Yes? Wait, no, I think I see something. This. This is a combination we haven't done yet. And that's actually useful. This gets multiple things free, I think. Ah, it does not get this thing free, no. But this down diagonal is useful. If I could push it down, I think I'd get something very similar to occur. Right? If only I could push it down, which I cannot. But I could if this wasn't, you know, stuck there. I could push it. You know what? No. It still works. It still works. Okay, gotcha. Still works. It works even if this guy was in the other direction. That's something new. I don't know if it fully works yet, but it is new. Okay. This... Oh, no, it doesn't work. I sort of wanted this to be here and then pushed down. Or at least have it be up there to push it down. Like so. So no. I can't do that. I was wondering if... Like, I could try and do this, but that clearly won't work. This guy has to be the one that does the pushing down. Or there must exist some way to... There must exist some way to obtain... one in the other direction, like this, almost. Right? Like this. But I can't really pull you out at all, like you're just straight up stuck. And that is like even worse for me. Could I have that happen somewhere else? I don't think so. I couldn't have that happen here, right? I can't just get you to connect down here. If I could, then something very special could happen. But no. Yeah, I do want to do a pushing down, maybe with a glyph here pushing down. But that would require either one of the vowels here or here. And we have had a situation where one of the vowels were, you know, there. Sorry, I meant to do what now? I meant to do this. So yeah, this is a situation in which you get, you know... Oh, don't do that. So yeah, this is something I can maybe work with. I don't think I can ever push that glyph down with the other one though. That just doesn't seem plausible. Hold on. Can I swap positions so that you're maybe like here instead? Why would that be useful? Why would that be useful? What is that move? That doesn't help. I can see why it does that though, yeah. Because these two aren't connected, even though you get that kind of fancy looking thing to happen. No, again, best I can do is the other way around. But this goes up first and then this kind of slides in. But once that happens, everything's just stuck. Am I really going to spend all this time trying to do this again? I have more ideas now, which is at least somewhat better than before. But it doesn't work. None of them work. None of them work like I want them to. Yeah, this looks like the only way I can get this to work out, but clearly it won't work out for us. I can get that out. Can't really get you in much of a better spot either, besides that spot. This doesn't work. If this worked, we'll be done. Or we'll be at least much closer than before, but no. I promise I just cannot pull you out from this horizontal position. Hmm. What could this do? This could push a glyph. How would pushing a glyph help me? Like, say for example I actually did this fancy trick. How would pushing a glyph help me? How would pushing anything help me here? Wouldn't really. I could push this here and now I can get, you know, more stuff to be pushed around, but again, I don't see what's so useful about that. That just gets it stuck. I don't know what to do. Again, the idea now lies in getting a diagonal downward glyph here. Can I do that? Can I get a diagonal downward glyph to work? I haven't tried, you know, to disprove that idea. But it's very hard to prove that it works. Especially from the fact that I can't actually push it down even if I wanted to from here. It sort of feels like it has to be in the other direction. But the other direction clearly won't work either. And there are more things that break afterwards. Like, how in the world am I going to... You know, if this was pushed down earlier on, how am I going to get to this glyph? Not possible. So, okay, maybe different thinking. To get to this glyph down here, I have to go this way. Is that true? Can I in any way rescue myself from this position? If I could travel... If I could teleport outwards from here... I don't think there's any diagonal teleporting available. Yeah, so the only way to escape from here is to have you be stuck in this position, so I can do a field push upwards. That requires a glyph here. If there were... Oh, no, an Aleph here. If there were an Aleph here, and I teleported up to here, what can prevent me from further teleporting up here? Or if I did teleport up here, actually that would work pretty well because I could do the thing where I push this down again, right? So maybe what I want to happen is something like this, but more retrievable. I want this. But I want after leaving to be able to push a glyph downwards to push this, to block this. That's what I want. And so now there are a few ways of doing that. If I had a down diagonal glyph the other way, that would fix everything. I just need to know how. Down diagonal glyph the other way is down right. I need a down right glyph. But downright glyphs are hard. Downright glyphs are tricky to pull off. Downright glyphs Downright glyphs are tricky to pull off. Can I pull off a downright glyph right now? If I just wished to. Yes, but it will get me stuck. It'll get that glyph stuck in particular. I don't think I can pull it out right now. I can, you know, do a couple more steps of mingling with it, but it's not really retrievable in any real sense. The only other way I can see it is just if I don't connect with this Aleph first. If I somehow circumvent that. Oh, how am I gonna spend like a full episode doing this puzzle? This is... I can't block. I especially want the... No. See, the thing is... If any of these connected with you right now, this will get stuck. I'm thinking if I wanted a down right here, I definitely need another glyph here, so I need both of them to be free. The only way to get this free at all is to just do this first. If this connected to anything first, it'll be stuck. If this connected to this first, it'll be stuck. So this is definitely the first step if I wanted everything free. Down right here seems really bad in general. It just does. Down, vertically down sucks. Vertically down doesn't really work. Okay, how about... Could I... no, I cannot. I was thinking, can I pull this off? Can I do this? If I get this to be stuck here, it just straight up will no longer work. Unless another diagonal occurred, I can never actually pull this out. I can pull it out. Huh. Okay. Really awkward that I can. Is there any reason I should be able to? Oh my gosh, I think there is. Hold on. This does it. This is a push. Push down. That gets it there. Okay. Well, there you go. That's what I wanted eventually. Oh, that took forever, but we're finally out of there. Okay. Okay. Great. Great. We're finally done. Oh. That level was insane. I wouldn't say not enjoyable, but that definitely was a huge jump. Well, it wasn't a huge jump in difficulty, more it really was just I couldn't see what to do there. But okay, sure. Next one is level M. Alright. One portal there. It looks like I need to... I can't change the direction at all. No. If I change the direction to anything that isn't down diagonal, it just fails. But I can't change the direction to be down diagonal because there's nothing down diagonal of you. So I just cannot change the direction. Okay, good to know. Does seem interesting then that this just doesn't really want to work for me. Okay. So I need to be able to push you down, I think. If I got this to happen... and push you down... No, I cannot. Right. If I got this to happen... That can work. That can work. Okay, but now a couple other things go wrong here. In particular, how does a connection there work as well? So like... This seems maybe okay. It's the other one that kinda is a failure, isn't it? Yeah, this one is a bit of a failure. However, I think this is absolutely fine right now. We could probably save this in a number of ways. Oops. So like firstly, this changes your direction. I can't really get any of these free though. So I sort of have to have moved this glyph to be closer, I think. Which is a bit of a difficult thing to do, huh? Oh, okay. But I can't change directions at all. Connections might have to occur, but I can't change directions. What a very interesting thing to do. Okay. So let's try doing some maneuvers around, I guess. I can push this around. Isn't very helpful. But I can. If I could get you out. That just straight up fails, I believe. Yeah. It's almost like you want this instead. But once this happens, I can't push anything down. I can't push this down at all. That's just not possible. Okay, well then maybe what I want is instead, something that looks like this? Can I get this guy out? Yes, I probably can by doing this. Yeah, okay. That gets multiple things out of the way. And in fact, I could probably... Oh, no, I can't do that just yet. That is a bad connection. I want to be able to get this to be closer in position first. But I can't do that right now, can I? No. No. I don't want to do that. Let's do this. This is a very annoying spot. Okay, this is maybe better. In fact, yeah, this is actually much better. Okay. That's... no, you should not be at the bottom of this. In fact, you shouldn't be at the bottom of anything. This guy should be at the very bottom. Oh, okay, well that's a problem. That's another problem. Yeah, that is another problem. Hold on. So, what was my goal again? My goal again was to first do this. I suppose, yeah, this is the only way I can really get you out. If I did that. But once this happens, things get weird. Like, you can't get out for some reason now. So yeah, that's really awkward. Oops. Yeah, see, that's the entire reason why I didn't want that to happen. If this happened instead, well then you're like underneath that, which is very bad. Other things could happen, but then things gets very stuck. And that's like not even close to what I wanted at all. So something else has to occur here, I guess? That's really bad. That just straight up cannot happen. Otherwise, this cannot push anything down at all. It has to stay as an unbonded, unpaired object. But this looked really good. It just no longer works. Very awkward indeed. Okay. This is not good either. I didn't want it to be that high up. And then this just defeats the entire purpose, of course. Is this somehow okay? Not like that, but... Is this connection somehow okay? I don't think it is. There's no way it's okay. Yeah, that's just bad, I think. Not sure what else can happen though. I'm like pretty stuck already. I feel like maybe something can happen here. Doesn't seem very useful though. Like, this is really bad. I can't push this over at all without the help of another object. Yeah, and then this just gets completely stuck. Okay. I would assume stepping is just really bad for you. That is just true, I think. No matter what I do, that's true. So like, let's say this happens. How can I fix this? In particular, I think this guy is the one that's interesting to me. Also, you're a little interesting because... How do I access you as well? How would I access this guy if I couldn't have stepped on it before this? Did a diagonal work? I feel like a diagonal would not have worked because I can't step on anything. I can't make any sound right now, unfortunately. I can't make any sound at all. So I'm fairly sure zero redirection can occur. If redirection could occur, then this problem will be probably a lot more trivial, I think. I sort of want that, but not really. Oof. If I got that out of the way, maybe that's better. You know what? Yeah, maybe if I got that out of the way. So let's try that again. See if I can get something out of the way first. So, oh no, don't do that. So, no, because I can't push. I can do. I can't do that. No, I also can't get you this way to push upwards. I can't really get that glyph to move out of the way at this point. I almost sort of already have to pass this section, which I deemed impossible to pass through. So no, I can do it the other way around though. I can connect here and then do some movement. Now things are a lot smoother. It's just that that thing is still very stuck, and so is whatever's here. I don't think I'm understanding the entire problem at all. I'm not understanding the entire problem at all. Like, you can never get out, right? Never. Never can you actually get pushed out. Not by a glyph, not by another object. So even if I were to stand here and redirect you somehow to connect to something. So like, say for example, I redirect you here, and I pushed upwards to... Well, you couldn't connect it either, honestly. Wow, never mind. Never mind. Very awkward, yeah, no, this is not it at all. This is bad, but I don't understand the problem. I need to understand what's going on. We can't do this now, but we have to do it when we get back. To push this into the right position, how many of these symbols do I need? Just one? Two? Do I need all the symbols? I think I need all, right? Not true, not true. Not true. If I had two glyphs here, this is a line here and this is a line here, that can work. There you go. That's what can work. Okay. Now we have a vision. We have a vision. We need to see what we can do. What connects to where? This guy can't really do anything right now. I suppose if I were able to do this right now, that would work. And then I just need, you know, this to happen. I can push everything down. Now, this has to be moved in the right spot then. Or, okay, wait. So, I deemed this to be bad, but it's not necessarily bad. Oh, no. I simply need to be able to push things around the right way. Everything's the right spot except this thing. So this looks okay, but I can't really do anything anymore. Yeah. Can't really do anything anymore. So it looks like I might have to wanted to do something else first. This looks great. This has to be pushed over by 1. Okay. Having a couple other ideas now. If I could swap positions. This is a very interesting position to be in. I'm not entirely sure if I like this or not. I think that's actually okay. This is actually great for me. Yes, this works. There you go. That's how I swap them around. And in fact, I could probably just even avoid that. So this is how I would have done it in the past. There you go. And actually this works great. Can do that connection. There you go. Ta-da! Around, get back. Alright, and watch everything get activated at once. Ding ding ding. Nice. I like that. Alright, one more. Hopefully we can get through these as well if I was fast enough, if this wasn't too challenging of a level. Jeez, what is this? Portal sends me there. Portal sends me here. We have one portal vowel that can be affected by directional changes. You're stuck. Is that true? Yes, I can push. I can always push something inside on a second. Ooh, can I? Yes, I can. That actually gets the stuff out, so I can get things out. Actually, no. I'm stuck. This is the best I can do, and I think I am actually stuck at this point. So, unless another thing can be here... This is like maybe the last step? This was like maybe the last step. But if I sort of pushed like an up diagonal here, which doesn't look very doable, look very necessary or possible. I guess a portal here could be interesting. Oh, portal in here, really. So yeah, this thing can also be just remotely activated, or activated like that. That's interesting, right? That's interesting, but it doesn't really allow directional changes. I mean, neither does this. In fact, this also has to be portaled out. Wow, that's a lot of requirements for this level. You have to portal in here, don't you? So like it's like you have to go in and then survive. So this seems like you have to be able to survive this. How will I survive that? Yeah, I just cannot survive that. I don't think I can, so... My guess is that a portal has to exist here? Like, yeah, I can sort of set up a portal. That's a very awkward portal. But I can set up a portal. I can actually get that out. Oh, okay. However, I can't really get it out any further. Okay. How about if I did this then? Well, no, nothing can actually get in there anymore to connect to that. But I find that interesting, at least. The reason why I kind of push it out is because this portal was blocked. Now I can't really stay in here anymore without, you know, anything weird going on. I sort of have to get you out though, and I wonder how I could do that. If I got you out, I can pretty easily portal into here already. using this guy. Which makes a lot of sense, because this guy is most likely to be the one that can portal, that can connect to that. Maybe this is okay. No, well, no. It just needs to pass through first. Okay. So I need to do that. I need to also bring this along with me, I think. That actually looks great. Sure. Ooh, not so sure about that. What the heck is this? Okay, maybe... I definitely still need a bit of help here, I think. I definitely want that connection first, I believe. This looks so good. But I just cannot leave. I think I'm just stuck here. I have to find some way out. Yeah, this is just a lot of LF stacked on top of each other. How? That just does not work. Yeah, I don't see how that makes anything different there. I guess maybe, what if I shoved in a third one? Oh, that's really interesting. That does act as a good enough blockage. But actually it does prevent me from pushing things in properly though. Look at that. Somehow, that is worse. Okay, what if I put in 2, then I added my blockage in? Isn't that basically the exact same issue? That didn't change a single thing. Now, what then can I do to get you out? Oops, didn't mean to do that. If I could do this... So, if I didn't put that thing in... Maybe this doesn't have to connect. Aha, if I put something different in there, we get somewhat of the same... We get somewhat of a similar idea. However, this will never actually get connected to this, so we don't get a LF pushing LF situation. I don't really want this to be stuck though, so let's do that first. But because there's no connection here, I can push this out without bringing the LF with me, and that gets things out. Oh, no. I see. Okay, we do get a similar problem. I could maybe add a blockage. That works as a blockage, okay. Now I can actually do the similar idea by getting in here and pushing this out. That allows for the swapping. There you go. So this does this. I can get down there. We want to do all the connections first. Oh. There you go. Good enough. Oh no. We want to do that. We want to do that last? We don't want to do this. That's really bad. Because this actually gets me completely stuck. Is that true? Yeah, I think it gets me stuck no matter what I do. With or without the extra glyph here. It's like this is to happen first, but I can't do that, right? Because then you'd be in the wrong direction. So actually, maybe what I have to do is, jeez. No, don't, okay, you stuck completely? Okay, maybe then you shouldn't be in there first. I can always redirect it because I can pull this guy out. Maybe that's the thing that I'm supposed to discover. Oh no. Alright, Jeez, stop it. So I can do that. I get traveled so far up. This is really bad actually, isn't this really bad? This looks pretty bad. I'm forced to do that, and then once I pull away, we get some issues. Okay, I can probably fix this somehow. I think I can fix this somehow. Can I? This is really bad. This is really bad. Can I pull you upwards? Were you originally up there, or were you... Yeah, you were, right? Because I had to get you down to do something. No, you weren't. Yeah, you weren't. Oh, that's absolutely fine then. I could do all of that, and then... The exact same thing can occur with just one higher. There wouldn't be any portaling issues. There you go. Now I can do that same trick, and I think we're done. Alright. Wow, what a set of levels. Okay. Alright, now, level S. This one hopefully is slightly better because we know of the idea we can have multiple glyphs. Yes, right? What the heck? We know usually this type of level requires you to connect multiple glyphs in the same spot. So it's almost like this. I wonder how that's gonna happen, or how that's gonna be useful here. No. I need the opposite to occur. Okay. I can't really get you in, because if I try to get you in, yeah, things go really wrong. This is real awkward. However, if you act as a portal, I can actually get in here and push this out. That might be the play. There you, no. This has a connection, which is bad. If I could get two things to connect, including this, that would be nice. Well, okay, another thing I could try and do, if I could get up here, that would be also good. That would be probably the last step, right? No, would it? I don't know what the last step would be, but I think this would be the last step to get into here. I can't get into here anyhow else than getting to here. I'm thinking it looks like what I want is a connection like this, plus a connection like this. And I have no idea how that's supposed to work, because that's more so only possible if you push a glyph. So like somehow I meant to be able to push that glyph over there. You know what, I can just move this away and then that already works out for us somewhat. Yeah. So I don't see what that was an issue of. Do notice that you are a little bit stuck there. You can't really connect to anything. And none of these can. So okay, how about this goes the other way first, right? That looks okay. Because now this up pointing thing can be useful. Issue is that you can't really do anything at all. In fact, because you can't change direction, you can't change your direction at all. You have to connect to this or that. Okay, well, I could probably work with that first. Can very easily do that actually. Just do this. Go in, push this out. That's actually forced, right? That's bad. Oof. That's actually maybe fine. If I did it the other way around and had a downward facing one to be the portal, I get the upward facing one to be a portal and I can do some portal shenanigans here. Ah, but this can't get out ever. Also, this guy, I guess I can use this to redirect. Once this is formed, I can use it to redirect some of these guys, so that's fine, absolutely. Maybe this is okay. I feel like this is not great either. This actually gets things stuck, doesn't it? Yes, it gets things stuck. So none of these seem to want to work for me. Okay. I can maybe fix that. Hmm. How do I do this? Jeez. No, it doesn't help. Does it have to do with it has to do with some special new mechanic, but I don't see it. If this special mechanic is here whatsoever, I don't see it. I don't know if it's possible at all to do some weird directional directional nonsense. It might be possible, but I don't see it being very likely. I guess besides using glyph changing, I can also technically use directional changing. Although it's much harder to use directional changing to make multiple glyphs hit the same spot. Really? Yeah, it doesn't really. It's mostly I need to hit. I need to use a glyph to push a glyph, but that is very hard to do here because just how do you even get a glyph to push a glyph? These two are stuck. This one requires a glyph behind it, which you can't push one there. I suppose you can do the opposite and push a glyph further in. Not really. Yeah. What's my next best option, really? Don't see it. Like, this was like my next best option, but then we're kind of stuck. Again, this LF has to click with something. It has to click with either this or this. So I have to push it up fairly early, I would assume. This is our best option, isn't it? Is it our best option? It looks like it. Yeah, well, clearly something's wrong here. This is our next best thing to do? Or this is our best thing to do from what I know. Now we're very stuck. I don't see anything at all. I can't do any weird pushing. The other thing that I said I would do is this thing, right? Do some weird portal shenanigans here. However, if I did do portal shenanigans here, which I already knew would have failed, this portal shenanigan actually sends me too far back. And even if it didn't, I couldn't get this out. So, a bunch of wrong things there. Okay. Oof. Should I work on this next episode? I think I should work on this next episode. This just gets us stuck. This doesn't do anything for us. I really do think it's the multiple vowels hitting the same glyph trick, but I don't even know how to get that to work. Honestly, that might work. Or it could be somehow overloading the portal mechanic. Where I sort of break the portal mechanic for somehow. Sorry, I meant to do this the other way around. I need to overload the portal mechanic. Is that possible at all? Can I do some weird overloading if I try it hard enough? I mean, this breaks. This doesn't break. This just does the exact same thing, just worse. Maybe my initial steps are wrong. I can't even get in there anymore. Yeah, initial steps are definitely wrong here. I don't know. Why is that there? It's like it doesn't do anything for me. That completely gets it stuck. I couldn't teleport past it or anything. I mean, I could very easily just push this out, like doing this. Doesn't change anything about whether I can get that out or not. Yeah, and then now things break because of that. Really? There is nothing here. I'm busy trying to find a mechanic that doesn't exist, I think. That's kind of the issue. It just doesn't exist. Is it some special way to get two things to point at the same glyph? Is it? And if it is, how? Does being able to portal help me at all? At what point did I disprove this? Pretty early on. It seems to work, but it doesn't. It works on, you know, what, 3/4 of whatever. It works on 3/4 of, like, these glyphs. In fact, I could probably deal pretty well with basically everything here except the Aleph. The Aleph's the ones that just stuck. I mean, this is also just really bad. This has to be touched by something that is redirected. Because none of these actually face left at all. Try to get you early on, then whatever happened here. I need to do redirecting. Just seems impossible to do that though. Like, isn't that interesting that you can do that? It kind of is, but I don't see how, you know... This is a special level, right? There's something special about this. I just don't yet know. I haven't seen the, Okay, if we're trying to break the level, if we're trying to break it, how will we do that? Breaking a portal mechanic, we have to portal to 2 different positions at once? How? We know we can't just portal to an empty spot because you won't portal at all. Porting to 2 different positions at once sounds absurd. Sounds completely bonkers. Zero idea how to do that. So no. No, 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 no. Again, connecting 2 glyphs to the same symbol seems like my best option. Two vowels to the same Aleph seems like my best option. Only question is how. Because I can't push an Aleph without first having control of an Aleph, which first requires a connection. A connection that fails in multiple ways. The only 2 Alephs that can be pushed as well are the ones at the bottom, and the one on the bottom left is just very stuck, even if it had any hope of being pushable at all, which it doesn't. Next, this Aleph over here seems very useful. It seems like I want to be able to circumvent this Aleph here, push this around it, and then somehow be able to get this thing to be untouched so that this Aleph can connect to it. This vowel can connect to it. I cannot see how that should be done. That just won't work. Yeah. I can only push that Aleph further in. If I could point anything leftwards right now, I could do some crazy connection here. That wouldn't help either. That seems really good. I get very stuck though. Like, this seems like a good first thing to do. I mean, again, this doesn't do anything. I can't get much help otherwise. How can I enter that at all? I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. I think I'm gonna end off the video here. I have no idea what to do here. Yep. Alright, well, I guess we're stuck on this level now. How much else did we do besides that? We got stuck on L, right? That's 3 levels. Alright, I guess that's somewhat decent for an hour's worth of work. So we're really hitting a roadblock here. This is why this game took this other YouTuber like 30 episodes to beat, I guess. We're just having really, really tough Sokoban levels here. Alright, well, that's fine. That is what it is. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll move on to try and finish this level next episode. Until then, though, I think I'll be off for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.